All right.
Hi, this is Tracy Wilson with Tourcy, Tours by Tracy, and today we are going to talk with Judy O'Brien with Mayflower Cruises and Tours, and we're going to discuss the Danube Explorer River Cruise Tour, which is an exceptional tour taking place in August of 2021. So welcome, thank you so much, and Judy, take it away.
Thank you so much, Tracy. And welcome everybody to the travel show today. I know that this is a little bit different way to do a travel show, and soon enough I'm hoping to be down in Evansville and getting a live travel show for you. But in the meantime, this is a way to actually learn about the Danube Explorer River Cruise. And again, this is going to be departing not until next year, August 21st to the 31st. And the reason why we're doing this travel show early now for you is because we did get an extension on the free airfare for you until the end of July. So please make sure you take advantage of that. I'd like to give a little bit of background about Mayflower Cruises and Tours. Just in case you don't know who we are, we were a Midwest tour operator owned by the couple in the right-hand corner, John and Mary Staffnick. They founded it in 1979 in Downers Grove, Illinois. And boy, they worked their pants off until 2018. And that's when the gentleman in the left-hand corner, Glenn Maroney, he is the owner of the Scenic Group of those beautiful Emerald Waterways river cruise ships that we're going to be sailing on this Danube Explorer. He also owns the Scenic river cruise ships and the beautiful yachts that he owns. So now we are a part of their company. So this is just to show you that we've been around for a long time. We have a lot of different product that we sell. We have tours all around North America, international tours like Greece, Italy, Scandinavia, and then our beautiful river cruise and yacht cruises. Now, a little bit about myself. I worked at Mayflower Cruises and Tours in 1998 to 2003 and took some time off when my son was young, and came back in February 4th, 2012 when he was in middle school. Now he's 20 years old. There he is when we were at Denali National Park last year on our 40th anniversary Alaska cruise, 40th anniversary with Mayflower's Alaska cruise tour that I took him on. There's a picture of me in Budapest. That's what you're gonna see on this Danube Explorer river cruise. This is where we were docked. So get ready, folks, because when you arrive in Budapest, that evening, you're going to have a beautiful illumination. And we were docked right in front of the Parliament there. Also, oops, let me just turn this down really quick. A little bit loud. I have a black lab who was just barking earlier, and you guys missed that. And then I also have my son there, Tyler. So a lot of different river cruise experience. Just to let you guys know, on this trip, you are going to be getting deluxe transportation, the free airfare, your beautiful river cruise ships. All of your baggage will be handled upon arrival in Budapest. So you're going to do your overnight flight, and then you're going to get off that flight and you're going to be met by a representative. They will be holding a sign. It'll say either Mayflower Cruises and Tours or Emerald Waterways, either or. They're going to be looking for our group. You'll have your name badges on, and they'll know where to find you and get your luggage to the coach and transfer you over to the ship. Now we have professional Emerald cruise directors. I got to experience this firsthand a couple years ago on our sales meeting, and this was our cruise director there. She was absolutely impeccable, extremely organized, fun, outgoing. She does a lot of the Emerald Active tours that we'll be offering as well. She also will give you a briefing each evening, usually about 6:45 in the evening before dinner starts at 7. Everybody will meet in the lounge for a quick little briefing on what is going on the next day. Where are we going to tour at? What time do we have to be ready by? Things like that. So don't worry if you're not sure. When you get your itinerary, you'll get briefed every single day. And then there'll be also fun in the lounge after dinner for us on each evening. There'll be something going on. We also have a professional Mayflower business manager that'll be on board this trip. We'll use local step-on guides and historians from the area for all of our different excursions that you'll be touring with. And what's really nice is that we use personal listening devices. Okay, these are those little audio whispers that enable you to hear what that guide is saying. I mean, all of us today, our ears might not be quite as good as they used to be when we were younger, right? So it's really nice to have these audio devices. You can really spread out, walk around, and browse if you want a little bit, still being able to hear what that local guide is saying. So Emerald Waterways, just a little bit of information about our ships. They're 4-star ships. They're all brand newer ships. I think our oldest ship was built in 2014, and that's actually being yanked right now to be renovated already. A lot of people don't renovate their ships for 15 years, and ours is being renovated in less than 6 years. So, and he's building a new ship. So we've got the Emerald Luna coming out next year. We've got a pool on board. Most river cruise ships do not have a pool on board. We have a pool on board on the Horizon deck. I'll talk about that later. All English speaking staff, and this is a fully chartered ship with Mayflower. And we're going to be offering free airfare for you. You'll get your transfers included in the destination when we do your air. All of the gratuities are included. That's great. So you're saving easily $130 right there. Complimentary beverages, free beer, wine, and soft drinks during your lunches and dinners. Coffee, tea is like 24 hours a day. I'll show you this great machine we have on board. Breakfast, lunch, and multi-course dinners are included on board. Breakfast and lunches are buffet. And then you've got a 4-plated dinner with your waiter that'll be serving you for your dinners. And then you've got your personal headsets. So I always like to throw this slide in. Those guys let you know, hey, you're going to have an amazing vacation, and you know how thirsty that can be. So remember that you get your complimentary tea and coffee. They're available at all times throughout your cruise. And then to accompany your lunch and dinners, we've carefully chosen a special selection of the European red and white wines, local beers, and soft drinks for you to enjoy with your meal. Oops, let me just go back one second. For those of you that enjoy cocktails, on day 1 when you're getting on the ship, they're going to bring you into the lounge first and probably give you some wipes, get you all cleaned up and get you relaxed, and probably give you a drink and maybe an appetizer until your room is ready, till your cabin's available, which won't take very long. But at that time, you can look on the tables and there'll be little menus. And at this point, you could actually ask if you can upgrade your package. So yes, you get your free beer, wine, and soft drinks during lunch and dinners, but you are able to pay an extra fee to upgrade if you feel that you want to have a cocktail package or a beer and a wine package all days, okay? At an additional expense. Unique dining experiences every day on the ship and is going to be a unique dining experience, I feel. I used to like to take pictures of my meals. God only knows which. I think this was on the Danube Christmas Markets cruise, or one of them. That might have been a lamb or a piece of beef. I can't remember, but it was delicious. I don't think there was anything on my plate after that. My yummy dessert, and of course, you see the glass of wine in the background. Don't forget, folks, you need your passport for this trip, and it needs to be valid for 6 months after returning. So if we get back on August 31st, we're looking at, I think the end of March, maybe, or February. Double check 6 months from the time of return. Our hotel accommodations, we also include 2 nights in Prague. So you're going to get your 7-night cruise, and then we're going to take you out to Prague for 2 nights. We're staying at a beautiful hotel. It'll be centrally located near Old Town, so that certainly you can walk around and explore. And Mayflower Cruises loves groups. We really love groups, and we love giving you the Mayflower experience. And this group, I know, is having a great time. So don't forget about your passport, and we'll definitely get started on this river cruise now. So sorry, I have the wrong date on there. It's actually August 21st. This is an 11-day tour with 22 meals. I don't know why this says 21. It's 22 meals, which is 1 meal extra. We're spending 2 nights in Prague. And you know what's really nice about river cruising is look at how many countries you're going to be visiting in one vacation. 5 countries. So strike those off on your bucket list, right? In Europe, Hungary, Slovakia, Austria, Germany, and the Czech Republic. So look at this picture. I actually took this picture with my phone. I think one of the years I was on the Danube, and it is just amazing. This is what it's gonna look like during your Illumination cruise. So we're gonna talk about our river cruise ship because everybody wants to know, what's the difference between cruising and river cruising? Well, cruising is really all about the ship and what they put on the ship for the travelers. It's not as much about the destination. When you river cruise, it's all about the destinations. It's all about visiting those little ports and villages on the river. And the ship is really, think of it as your floating boutique hotel that gets you there. And it's got your restaurant and lounge and your sleeping quarters and your sun deck. So this is what an emerald ship looks like when you walk on. You're going to see these beautiful lights in the reception area. You'll be checking in with somebody at the reception area. You'll see some stairs on the ship, but we do have an elevator that goes from the Riviera deck to the Horizon deck. You will need to be able to walk upstairs to go to the sun deck. And then that little desk over there in the corner, that is where our activities or director will be. So if you have questions about certain excursions, or maybe you want to sign up for an active excursion or anything like that, there's usually somebody at that desk that'll answer questions. Now this is the time that when you're following this, you want to pull out your little flyer that Tracy can email you or mail you. And you want to look at the back of this flyer, and this is going to show you how to follow along with the staterooms that I'm going to be talking about now. So this first stateroom is on a Riviera deck, okay? It's called Emerald Stateroom. It's 162 square feet. I have stayed in the stateroom twice, okay? It's the smaller, more value type cabin, and it has a small fixed window up there that cannot be opened. The beds could be placed into one bed or two. You still have all the other amenities in the bathroom and everything else in this room except for that floor to ceiling window that you would get on your panoramic balcony suites. Your panorama balcony suites are located on the Vista and Horizon decks, okay? There are different pricing categories, so make sure you pay attention to the grid on your flyer. Now, what I like about this room and what I suggest you get is one of these rooms is because not only do you have the beautiful view out your floor to ceiling window, but as you walk over to that window, you'll see a button on the wall that you can push, and that window comes down to that middle part right there. Now you've got that open air system. Now you've got all that fresh air coming in your room, and you are having a balcony in your own suite. And that's why it's called a panorama balcony suite. Don't forget, you've got plenty of storage in these rooms with your different drawers and your closet. You've got a TV that plays English movies. Nothing worse than going on a cruise and all the movies are in German or something and you can't follow along. So you can watch some movies in your room if you don't feel like staying up and dancing in the lounge that night. This is a grand balcony suite. We have 8 of these, and these are in this Horizon deck in the hot pink right here. There's only 8. So if you're celebrating a special anniversary, birthday, maybe this might be your last time to Europe, your first time to Europe, whatever you decide. And if you can afford a nicer room, go for it. I'd go for it. This is a 210 square feet room. And the difference in this room is that it's bigger. And then you see the little door where the balcony room is. That's basically the extra space. So you can walk out, close that door, put the window down, and now you are really kind of sitting on your little balcony, okay? This is kind of like the layout for this one. There are mini bars and safes in the room as well. The mini bars are extra expenses, but not in the owner's 1-bedroom suite. Now there's only 4 owner's 1-bedroom suites. And this one is 315 square feet. You have a separate bedroom, separate sitting room. You get canapes and like desserts and stuff delivered to your room at like 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. if you're still awake. I don't know how anybody can eat all that because they really feed you a lot during the day. You get 2 pieces of laundered clothing per day. So On the ship, normally, if you really need to get something laundered, it is an expense, and it could take, I think, a 24-hour turnaround or whatever it is. But this is a really nice room. So here's the pool. I've got a few pictures of the pool. The pool is not on the sun deck. It's on the horizon deck. And if you look all the way in the back of that horizon deck, you'll see that little picture of the pool back there. This is a really cool area. So no matter where you are on the ship, you can just go walk up the back stairs, walk to the back of the ship, go up the stairs and get to the pool, go down the horizon deck and get to the pool. It's a really comfortable area to sit and relax. Look at these cushioned lounge chairs. I almost fell asleep back there numerous times. I'd read after lunch if we were sailing, or whatever time during the day if I had a couple hours before dinner or something like that. I always got up in the morning and went down here. There is a little gym that's close by around the corner. There's a full bathroom with a shower back here. So if you're rooming with a friend and maybe they're hogging the bathroom, you can always go down here. No, there's an extra full bathroom with the shower if needed. There's usually bottles of water back here for you to grab if you really need an extra bottle of water, because we do provide bottle of waters. And then here's another more recent picture of it. So you can swim back here. You can just relax back here. There's a little coffee machine back there. This is what's really cool about it, is it turns into a big movie theater at night. Now, they don't just set this up every night. You have to go and make a reservation. And it only holds so many people. I was really, really blown away when I had a young lady, or a lady and her husband come up to me and told me that they saw A Star is Born this past September on their Danube River cruise with me. So that really made my day when she was just so excited about telling me about that. So you can do it too. Look, just don't look. The pool comes up and covers the pool. So you're sitting actually over the pool. Isn't that kind of neat? Now, there's plenty of different sitting areas to enjoy the views as you're sailing down the river. You can sit in the lounge. If it's too windy on the top deck, maybe you just don't want to sit out there, whatever reason, you can go in the lounge and sit and relax. There's plenty of places to sit in the lounge. Chairs and couches, all different types of places, really well decorated. You can play cards at the table or dice games, whatever you guys like to do when we're sailing down the river. There's the dance floor to the left right there. I don't know why. I was wondering why I took this picture. There's the dance floor to the left. So we do have a dance floor on here, and people are dancing in the evenings. But a lot of the nights we have fun trivia games too for prizes, which are really fun. So make sure you come to those. The Reflections restaurant is really nice. Look at the guy serving your wine. Now, breakfast and lunches are all buffet, okay? And you can sit at any table that you want. You don't have to sit at the same table every day. Maybe you want to sit on this side by the window. Maybe you want to sit on the port side or the starboard side, whatever you decide. We were so lucky when we were down there. We saw a full rainbow during dinner that went right over the Parliament in Budapest. Isn't that cool? Talk about luck, huh? Free beer, wine, and soft drinks with lunches and dinners. Did I mention that? Oh, and don't forget about the delicious desserts. Yum, yum. Thank goodness for those walking tours. And Emerald Actives, because you get really spoiled on this ship with not only all the buffets and the homemade ice creams, but the dinner desserts are really delicious. So this is like what a buffet would be set up like. You know, you walk around, ask for whatever you like, take as much as you want. There's a terrace area that is upstairs in the lounge. So if you kept walking through the whole lounge like you're going to walk outside, you can go outside. It's called the terrace. There's an indoor area. This is the outdoor area. So if you want to sit more of a shaded area, some sun, some shade, here's another place that you can get away and relax in the front of the ship. A lot of people like to sit here and relax while we go through locks. Some people like to be on the sun deck. Some people like to be here. This is also used for express breakfast and lunches, okay? So why would you want to do that? I don't know, maybe you were eating too much at the big buffet like me, or maybe because in Bratislava or one of the, even Budapest, well, Budapest, you guys just drive there, Bratislava, Dernstein, any of the cities that we might be docked in, where we're going to be there for a few hours. And in Bratislava, say you have a morning excursion walking tour, and then you're coming back for lunch. Now, you certainly can stay in Bratislava and have lunch in Bratislava on your own and go find some cool restaurant. That's fine. As if the ship's not leaving till 3 or 4 p.m., you might want to come back to the ship, have a quick express lunch, and then get back out and go explore Bratislava and do some more shopping and just walking around and exploring. This is just a little quick breakfast, but they do have enough out there for lunch. I ate up there for lunch several times. They usually have the soups and sandwiches and salads, all different types of things. So here's our coffee station. Everybody loves this coffee station. This is a really cool coffee machine that'll give you espresso, cappuccino, hot chocolate, teas, you name it, you got it. And everybody's using this all day long. It's free. There's usually cookies out there. There'll be entertainment in the lounge. We'll bring onboard entertainment on this cruise. There's an upper deck called the Sun Deck that's got a walking track around it. They might even have yoga up here one morning. All different places to sit, whether you want to sit up here and read, have a cocktail, ask the waiter to bring you a glass of wine or an iced tea, shaded or in the sun. There's even a putting green up there. There's bikes on this ship. Emerald Waterways has wonderful bicycles for you to use for free, okay? So not only do we offer Emerald active guided bike excursions along the Danube River, but if you can ask if you can take one out on your own. Maybe you just want to explore on your own. I know I did on a couple of the river cruises. I was still trying to get those calories off me. I was just make sure you're back in time if you're not on a guided tour or when that ship departs. That's the most important. There is a small little fitness room on the ship. There's also a masseuse on the ship for extra fee, extra expense. Oops, sorry. And I don't know why I don't have a picture of the hairdresser, but there is a hairdresser on the ship as well. In case the ladies want to get their hair done during the week, you can do that as well. Here's our Emerald Waterways crew. Fun, engaging, friendly, inviting. They are a really, really absolutely great staff, and you'll get to know each and every one of them on your 7-night cruise. So just to give you guys a little bit of a better understanding of your flyer and the itineraries, as we start on day 2 in Budapest, you will see that there are 2 Emerald Pluses listed under the bottom of day 2. This is what Emerald Plus means. We're trying to give folks a deeper understanding of each destination that you visit. So it might be a nicer cultural experience. So we're going to throw in maybe a traditional Hungarian folklore show or a guided tour in Český Krumlov or local Slovakian entertainment, things like that. If it says Emerald Active under there, that means we're getting and reaching out to those that are more of our active guests. They might want to do something a little different, like a guided hike to a castle, a guided bike tour along the rides along the Danube, and discover more. Those are the optional excursions at an additional cost. Everybody's going to want to do that Vienna concert with music from Mozart and Strauss. You might want to try a Taste of Vienna or a Bavarian beer tour. So let's talk about our little itinerary, shall we? We're in Budapest. We just arrived. You guys, when you get there, if your flight gets you in early enough, you'll get checked in onto the ship. And if you've got some free time before dinner that evening, I highly encourage you to get off the ship and explore. The bridge right in front of me, I guess, would be a good example. I think that's the bridge we took because we were docked over on the left in front of the Parliament, and we just walked along the sidewalk and then walked up over that bridge, and that took us to Pedestrian Square. So you can certainly ask your activities director, how do we get to Pedestrian Square? Pedestrian Square is an area where you can shop. There's restaurants, there's no cars on the street. So you can walk around and go from little store to little store and get all your little paprika from Hungary, Christmas ornaments, t-shirts, hats, whatever the tablecloths, all kinds of neat stuff. Like I said, here is me. We docked right there in front of this. We'll have a beautiful illumination cruise right after dinner, and everything is lit up. It's just really going to knock your socks off and blow you away. You're never going to believe that you just left the US and are now in Budapest, Hungary. Stay awake, folks, because now we've got a Hungarian folklore show for you on board tonight. Right on your first evening with us, we're going to have some live entertainment for you. Then get a good night rest after that, because tomorrow is when you're going to start touring. You're going to get to go to sleep early, get to bed, and you'll get a really good night's sleep. The beds are amazingly comfortable with those nice big pillows and comforters, because tomorrow we're starting our panoramic city tour and walking tour. So we're going to be exploring Budapest cobblestone medieval quarter today, and we'll embark on the coach through our UNESCO World Heritage listed city center. So our guide will highlight a number of the architectural wonders like the Buda Castle, Gallet Hill. Oh, I should have worn my necklace that I bought over here. There are a couple vendors behind Gallet Hill, but you cannot be late to the coach. So if you're interested in buying something, you need to really do it quickly and get back on the coach. But you'll see Gallet Hill, Matthias Church, and then we'll stop and get off the coach again over by Hero Square for a visit for about 20 minutes with a photo opportunity here. And then we'll go over to Fisherman's Bastion. This is on the other side of the river, back on our side of the river, I should say. You have the Buda side and the Pest side. I love, love, love this building. I'm just so blown away by this building. For me, I found it to be one of my favorites. And we do get a chance to get out and walk around. The coach will drop you off about 2 blocks from here or so. And then you've got about an hour and 20 minutes or so to scramble and go off on your own. You can stop for a gelato. You can stop for a beer. You can walk over to the Fisherman's Bastion, explore this whole beautiful building. There's even a restaurant on this upstairs on this building if you can get into it. Stop, have a pastry, go souvenir shopping, all different things you can do in that time before going back to the coach. There's the Royal Palace. And like I said, on your own time, try to find either Great Market Hall or the pedestrian square. Now, as we continue sailing, we're going to go to the capital of Slovakia with its romantic cobblestone that weave through the city. Bratislava there's its castle sitting on the hill. So you might think this castle looks like pages from a kid's fairy tale, right? It sure does. But it's been rebuilt actually several times, and it's most recent in a Renaissance style. Today, you're going to have a choice of a guided walking tour in the city, or for you crazy active folks that want to burn some more calories, you can actually get a guided active hike up to the castle. There's also, I'll just let you know, or there was when I went, a little choo-choo train for extra money. It's like €5 or something. That'll give you a ride up to the top of the castle, okay? Because on that guided tour, it does not take you to the castle. That's around the city. And we'll see the important buildings like the Slavic Philharmonic Hall, those cute little fun statues that are all over the place, National Theater, the Archbishop's Palace, the Blumenthal Church. Look at this beautiful architecture. Here's a little bit of layout. There's St. Martin's Cathedral, and you can see the layout of the city. It looks so much bigger than what I feel it was when we got off of the ship and walked in from the river. You walk right into town from the river. Here's the old town hall. I always like to use this Roland Fountain as a focal point or a meeting place, because if you do get off the ship and go around on your own later on, you can always say, I'll meet you at the fountain. I'm going to go over here and do some shopping. I'll meet you back at the fountain in 1 hour. This is, and actually the city, this is what it looks like when you're walking around. I mean, there's tons of shopping and different little artsy stores and things like that, and different cafes. And it actually goes in one big, huge circle. If you keep walking, it's a good mile probably at least, but you will end up back by this fountain. So tonight we're on board. After dinner, we'll enjoy local Slovakian entertainment in the lounge. And then we're off to Vienna, one of my favorite cities as well. Vienna, Austria. Actually, every one of these cities probably is my favorite. This is a much bigger city, obviously, and you've got these beautiful, huge, artistic, architectural buildings that will just blow you away. We'll have a nice panoramic city tour by coach, and then we'll get off the coach and do a walking tour. Our walking tour will end at St. Stephen's Cathedral, where you can certainly go in and take pictures, and then your guide will probably ask you, for those of you that want to go back to the ship for lunch, follow me back to the coach and I'll take you back to the ship. And for those that want to stay in and have lunch on your own, we'll be back in 2 hours to pick you up, or however what time they give you, and then you'll meet them back at St. Stephen's. Now, I ran around and looked for t-shirts, and when I came back, my sales staff ordered me a kitty Wiener Schnitzel, which was very good, actually, by the way, and that's a kid's meal, and that's still very big. One year I was on the Danube, and there was a very nice restaurant across the other side of the street of St. Stephen's Cathedral. And we went to a very nice restaurant because we thought we'd treat ourselves, and we wanted to know what was all about these Vienna sausages that everybody was eating. So me and this one of our guests ordered the cheese platter with the Vienna sausages and a local beer, and it just fit our appetite just well. You'll have the opportunity to doing a Vienna bike tour if you prefer. When you're on the ship, I don't know if you can do one or both. Just all depends on the timing. So you can either do the guided walking tour, or you might want to do the bike tour. One or the other, I believe. So if you're feeling more active, they'll let you know how many miles it actually is. We'll be reaching Prater and its nostalgic 19th century Ferris wheel. That's in Prater Park, which is pretty cool. You'll see one of the oldest Ferris wheels in the world in Vienna, Austria. There's a Discover More today. That's a Taste of Vienna tour. Yum, yum. That looks delicious. And then don't forget, we got our Vienna's Mozart and Symphony tonight at the beautiful Opera House. Now you're already going to be thinking, what do I have to wear to this? You know, you can wear nice dress pants. You can wear a nice dress if you want. You don't have to wear a formal evening gown or a tuxedo or any of that, okay? This trip is really casual, and dinners on the ship are business casual, okay? We're gonna head down to the Vaco Valley. This is UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's very beautiful. A lot of different villages, churches, even a castle here and there. So make sure you're somewhere where you can see this, either on the top deck or in the lounge, or because if you're sitting in your room, you're on one side, you want to make sure you can see both sides of the ship. We're going to head into a little city called Dürnstein with that castle ruins on the hill. Did you know that King Richard the Lionheart was held captive in that castle back in 1173? I hope I got that down right, the number. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to double check that. But that's what they told us. They said his right-hand man was canoeing down the river looking for the king because they knew he hasn't returned home and he was held captive somewhere. And they went from castle to castle singing the song that only King Richard knew the second verse to. And when they heard him singing it back, they knew what castle he was in, and they broke him out and he escaped. This is a really cute little town that you guys are going to be able to walk around on your own. There's a lot of different wine shops. They're known also for a lot of the salts in the mountains there. So you can buy all different type of like garlic salts and things like that, seasonings, the little cute scarves you can buy, walk around, enjoy. They have a lot of apricots. So they were passing out a lot of like apricot brandies and schnapps samples. So explore and enjoy, you guys. Now there is going to be an active walk up to the Kruingenberg Castle ruins. I happened to do this on my own at the time. We didn't have these Emerald Actives back then when I did this cruise in 2013 or 2014. There's the jail cell. It's about a mile up. If you're used to walking on a treadmill and you're doing about a 700 foot climb because you're inclining, you can do it. It's very cool. We'll have an Emerald Active bike tour along the Danube as well. And then we're heading down now to Melk, Austria, where we're going to be doing an included excursion to the Melk Benedictine Abbey. When I went in here, I was, again, blown away. You know, some of the jewels and artifacts they were showing when you first walk in. You'll walk down the Marble Hall and you'll enter, and there's 700-year-old jewels and artifacts from way back when. And then you'll go into the library, which is right here. I felt like I was in a Harry Potter movie. The books were these big leather books bound behind the glass. The murals will take your breath away. It's just really quite incredible. They've got the beautiful Abbey spiral staircase. No, you cannot go down it, but boy, you sure can take a beautiful picture of it. And then the highlight is the Baroque monastery in the church. As you walk in, you'll notice it is all in gold. And you can just sit down, say a prayer, and take in the beauty of this gorgeous monastery. Now, there is a really cool gift shop on your way out that you can get all kinds of neat little trinkets, necklaces. They were even selling whiskey that the monks made from their garden of all the different herbs that they grew. It's supposed to help cast out any evil spirits or any whatever, I don't know, something. I still have the souvenir in my closet, in my cabinet, but I thought it was just kind of neat little souvenir to bring home. We're visiting a new city. I'm very excited about the city that we added in. It's called Český Krumlov. It is a really neat little bohemian German town from the 13th century. And it's built along the Vltava River. Look at this cute town around this river. I think it's so cool. So we are not on the Danube. This is a different river. We're going to coach you over there. It's not too far away, okay, to check out this cute little town. We'll have a guided city tour to walk around and look at all the different buildings and their cute little town here. We'll see the St. Vitus Church, and we'll go in the church as well. And then we'll see the castle, but we do not get to go in the castle, but we do get to go see the gardens. Okay. We'll head over to, let me just back up real quick. There is going to be a possibility of an optional today to Salzburg, Austria, okay? If the case that we do make this an optional tour to Salzburg, it is a full day tour and it is extra expense and it would be replacing this city tour. You cannot do both in the same day, okay? Once I hear more information about that, I will let Tracy know and she can let you know. Our next city is called Passau, Germany. It's on the confluence of 3 rivers. This is a cool city too. Really great shopping here. I found a lot of beautiful deals that were actually made in Italy, believe it or not. A lot of cute little outdoor cafes and great shopping, but really it's known for that St. Stephen's Cathedral up on the hill. If you feel that you cannot, maybe your knee ain't feeling so great that day, you don't want to take those stairs up, but there are taxi drivers that are at the river level and they'll drive you up the hill for just a couple euros to take you up there. It's only a couple blocks up, but it can be steep. You can walk around the town slowly and go up with the guided tour. So that's known for this beautiful, large pipe organ. I think I want to say it's the second largest. Some people say it's the largest. I really thought the largest was in London, but I could be wrong. The architecture, the sculptures, the murals, please take your time in here and walk around and enjoy. It is just incredible and magnificent. And hopefully maybe you'll be there on the day that they're having a practice or a little concert. You'll see some other different buildings like the Altes Rhythius in Passau. This is I took a picture of this just to show you what the cobblestones are like and what the stairs are like. By no means is it big steep stairs, but there are several of them. So when you're going up or down, just keep that in mind. We're going to have an Emerald Active offered for you active participants for a hike near Passau. And this is just a view of Passau from the ship as you're arriving. And, oh, God, there's an optional tour today. Doesn't this look fun? Bavarian beer tour. So we've got a nice little beer tour today. If you wanted to participate in that as an extra expense. And then we're going to depart Passau and leave our little ship and our crew and say goodbye, because guess what? We're on our way to Prague now. We just did 7 nights on the ship, and now we're going to Prague. And we will be staying in the Old Town Square area. On this departure, because we are coming into Prague, we'll disembark the ship after breakfast. And then we'll head over, we'll stop somewhere on the way for lunch. And then we'll get in that day and there will be free time for you to walk around on your own and enjoy, okay? So this is the day that you would most likely have some free time as well as tomorrow. I always say when you got free time, you got to take advantage of it, right? find a wine to tasting, or maybe you just want to sit on a bench and people watch. Maybe you want to shop, whatever it is. You can ask the concierge, you can ask your business manager, where are some places that you can go to take advantage of that. On our city tour the next day, you're going to see a lot of different cool things like that astronomical clock, the Prague Castle, and the Wenceslas Square. Of course, you'll look at the Charles Bridge and the Castle Gardens, which I find amazing. Prague is actually one of the most popular and most liked cities, most traveled cities in Europe. So I'm very happy that you guys are going to be able to go to Prague as well as your 7-night cruise. And don't forget on your free day of planned activities, on day 10, following your brief panoramic tour. I don't have a slide in here for this, and I'm sorry, but you can continue exploring on your own, or there will be an optional excursion to the Tourcy concentration camp. And then on day 11, and then you'll have lunch and dinner on your own at day 10. So you'll be able to explore Prague having lunch and dinner on your own. And now you guys, this is the layout of your ship. You've got your Horizon deck, your Vista deck, and your Riviera deck cabins. Don't wait to book, you guys. We've already got bookings taking on this departure. I'm gonna have Tracy give you your pricing on her flyer. She can send you a flyer for this. And it's really about getting free air, but really about picking your cabin, because there's only 180 people on a ship. 180, that's it. Okay, and there's several different people from Mayflower selling this departure. So if you have your heart set on that grand balcony suite, or you've got your heart set on a Vista deck panorama balcony suite, you need to make sure you get the cabin you want before that level sells out. Okay, if you've ever been on a Mayflower tour before with us, we give you Mayflower dollars to use on a future trip, and you can use up to $55 of those on this tour. We offer a traveler protection plan, and when you buy that, it goes on with your deposit, and it would be an $850 deposit with a traveler protection plan. If you choose to buy your own, that's fine. Then the deposit is $400, and your final payment is really due May 20th. I don't know why I have June 1st in there. 90 days prior, okay? So when you make a reservation, you'll get an invoice, and it'll let you know when your final payment date is into Tracy. Don't forget about your passport, folks. Thank you for joining us today, and we're gonna open it up. I'll let Tracy say a few words as well. Tracy, how'd you like the presentation?
I have not done this exact tour, but I did a Mayflower tour on the Rhine River, actually, for Christmas markets, and just want to attest to the fact that all of the amenities that you see, the ship, first class all the way, what you see in the slideshow is what you get. Beautiful destinations, beautiful ship, and just so well taken care of. And when you go on those excursions, you're divided into 3 groups. You know, a slower group, a medium group, an active group, and just everything you can imagine is taken care of for you. So it really is a trip of a lifetime. So I want to thank Judy for presenting this, and I look forward to sharing it further with you and sending you brochures and details and taking care of your reservations. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Tracy. And don't forget, you guys can pass off this recording. We're going to send this recording to Tracy so she can share it with you, and you can share it with friends. See you on the Danube.
Yes, free air. Take care.
I know.